Is it better out there?
No.
At least I get some
not.
error.
I was gonna say, at least it'll move.
Yeah.
It just won't be still.
Because it's reading an error again, which I need to take a picture of so I can tell the people tomorrow what the error is when I call them.
So now do we have to call her regularly?
You
How does this work? I don't know.
Zach will give me the
Dead air
hand
conditioner
signal.
again.
Good evening, welcome to the Board of Select Persons for Town of Poland, Tuesday, May 19th. We are in person here at the town office as well as hybrid via Zoom, and we're also streaming live on cable as well as YouTube. For the agenda this evening, we'll review any visitors or items that are not on the agenda, reports, manager reports, financial reports, department reports. Under new business, we'll discuss and authorize the town manager to sign the IAFF 5232 contract. That's for our EMT and fire staff. We'll go over the special event grant request, Concert on the Lake, another special event grant request for Six of the Springs, digital and print trail mapping, viewshed proposal. We have Rob here to go over some of these things for us, as well as the tourism and visitor engagement platform, the Visit widget, Bandwango proxy, page 64, and then escrow releases, and then we'll go over payables. And that's it. So at this time, let's please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get into some of the regular standing items on the agenda, Rob, would you like to?
I would love to, thank
Yes.
you.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you for being so patient.
Well, thank you guys. First, I want to thank you again for the opportunity to talk to you about these 4 initiatives, but also apologize. It wasn't my intention to stack them all up, but scheduling problems and long story short, we just couldn't get the votes in time, and so that's why we're going to talk about 4 of them tonight. So I do apologize, that's certainly not our intent. If we could go, Nikki, to that first sort of that summary slide, that would be wonderful. This-
I'm not running it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Back there.
Sorry, yep, not used to having someone back there.
What page is it?
I don't know,
81.
it's the one that looks like this.
53,
No, it's 81.
81,
42.
50,
That was 53.
81 on your packet that you have. It's 53 on the original packet.
Maybe one before this. Yeah, right there, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because you have the executive session.
Okay. So as Mary Ann pointed out, I want to talk to you about 2 grant requests that we got, and then talk about two other initiatives. So we can go to the next page if you would. So this is a new one for the CEDC. We've never sponsored this before. It's Concert at the Lake. It's put on at and by Agassiz Village, and if hopefully you all know, I didn't up until recently, the great work that they do there. But it's a really an amazing place. It's supporting a lot of children in need, and they're putting on. Last year they put on their first concert on the lake. They brought in more than 100 visitors. They don't charge tickets, and these are visitors from as far as Massachusetts, as well as the local area. So they're anticipating a much larger showing, given how successful it was last year. And so Mike Smith, who's their general manager, and I have talked at the last several business after hours, and I told him about our grant opportunity, and he was obviously very interested in that, and so he's putting forth this particular grant request. I would say that what you're seeing on the screen right now is our newer version of the grant request form. It's online. I don't really like the way it prints out, but that's another story. What I can tell you specifically for the grant request, they're looking for CEDC funding to cover the entertainment, which is like $32.50. I think it's $32.50, and then an additional $7.50 for advertising, both social media as well as posters and flyers that he wants to pass around town. So that's the gist of it. Any questions about any of that? Or about Agassiz Village in general?
Yeah, it's, Mike's a great guy and it's a beautiful venue.
It's-
And they do, like, as you said, do a lot of great work for kids.
Yeah.
So. yeah.
I mean, you probably all have heard this. What amazes me, it started off very much Massachusetts focused. The founder came from Massachusetts. But over the last 5 years, they really have brought in a lot more local folks. And now they're like actually putting that in their planning to make sure that they have a certain number come from the local area, which is obviously fantastic.
I agree, I don't really like the printed version
I
of
know.
this.
Yeah.
What's hard for us on this end, and I'll just tell you with this version, is because we pay to the vendor themselves. We take the bill from you guys and we pay the vendor. It's really hard to pay the vendor if we don't have that list like you have on the next one that says.
Yeah,
who the
right,
vendor
exactly who it is. Yeah, I
So-
agree. And that's actually the same form, believe it or not. One is just the PDF version of it versus, so we've got a little homework to
Yeah.
do on the online form.
Yeah, so
Sure.
you would just have to give us a list of
Yeah.
who those entertainment
Yeah.
vendors were and the prices and
Yeah,
stuff.
I've got a version here for you.
Okay,
I'll
awesome.
I'll leave it with you.
Perfect.
Do you want me to go through the rest? Do you want
We
to
should
consider one at a time?
Yep, we can do a vote on that one for 4,000.
Like to make a motion to approve the grant for $4,000 for the concert on the lake event.
So moved.
Any questions?
No, so this just works, and this works for your guys' budget, I'm guessing, and everything?
It does, yeah. Did I not send you a slide with the totals on that first slide?
The totals are on the first.
Oh, they are, they were just cut off?
No, they were on the first slide.
Oh.
Go. Where do you
One
mean?
more.
Keep going
Yeah.
up one. There, no?
Oh, yeah, if you scroll to the right, you'll see.
We have them on our.
You do have, okay, great.
There
So,
they are.
yeah, back, Jackson, to your question, yes, all of these totals, so you're looking at between the two, that's 8,000, plus the 14,500, we are somewhere around 25 right now in our FY '25 budget remaining, so they well fit. And that 3,800 that I'm going to propose is specific to the trail grant.
Okay,
So we just need a second.
alright, so I'll second it.
Yep, we had a second.
Oh, we did, sorry, I
Yep.
missed it.
Jim Walker,
Yes.
John Santos.
Yes.
Marion Hawks.
Yes.
Lisa Elby.
Yes.
Jackson Learn.
Yes.
With a vote of 5-0, you have approved 4,000 for 3,250 for entertainment and 750 for social media?
Correct.
Okay.
Wonderful, thank you. So the next event you've heard of, it's their third year, Six at the Springs. It's a, I'm probably not going to do it justice, but an extreme trail running event that in its first year brought in 80 visitors over 5 states. Second year, over 120 visitors over 8 states. And this year they're looking at 135 to 150. They've got, I think, somewhere around 80 to 90 already registered. They're also asking, well, you have, I think, that form, right? They're also asking for $4,000 for a variety of things that I think that they've articulated here. Anecdotally, I heard last year that, because I stopped in at the event, there were a number of folks that actually spent the weekend coming from Massachusetts and from New York, and they stayed at Poland Springs Inn, and so, and then they cashed in coupons at local restaurants, and so, yeah, I think it's a really good event. We obviously support it. We've supported it for 2 years now, and would like to do it again. We are working hard to try to tie Six at the Springs in somehow loosely with our trail grant. One of the things, and we'll talk about it shortly, with the trail grant is, that is sponsored by the Maine Office of Tourism. Their focus really is on event and promoting tourism, obviously, and we're trying to do that through the trail. So this is I actually used it in the grant proposal itself as an exemplar of the kind of thing we want to do with our trails. So again, we're really excited to support this. We want to support it, and we hope you will too.
And again, just on the financial questions, it says like marketing and promotion, their estimated cost is $25.40, but they're requesting $28.30.
Yeah, those two columns, it's an admin error. Those are flipped.
Those are flipped,
Those are
okay.
flipped. Yeah, sorry.
So police services, they're estimating only 920, or is it just that one that was flipped?
I don't know.
Troublemaker.
I actually noticed this in preparation of the meeting
Okay.
too. So I'm not sure. I can absolutely find out.
Yes.
If
I don't
that's.
think it'll be a problem.
Because again, paying the bills, I
No, I know. Yeah.
So
Fortunately, Scott's the treasurer, so he'll make sure.
So does that mean the total slipped too?
Yes, the total is 100% flip.
Excellent.
Yeah, just so we know who
Right.
we're supposed
Yeah.
to be paying. So motion,
Yeah, make a motion for $4,000 for 6 at the Springs.
I'll second it.
questions? Jimmy Montfort.
Yes.
John DeSantis.
Yes.
Marianne Hawks.
Yes.
Lisa Elby.
Yes.
Jackson Lawrence.
Yes.
With a vote of 5-0, you have approved $4,000 from CEDC for 6 at the Springs for numbers that I will get in the future. For
You will get
items.
them tomorrow. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Okay, then so the next two items are closely related, although somewhat different in terms of the money they would come from if approved. The viewshed proposal, I think I've talked at length multiple times with all of you about our desire to improve the trail mapping and trail maps themselves, but also the digital aspects of the GPS trails. I worked with Androscoggin Valley Council of Government, and I was really trying to get them to help, and I just couldn't execute, didn't happen. They recommended a commercial company. Viewshed was one of them, and I've reached out to them. So the proposal you have in front of you does a couple of different things. First and foremost, under task 1, it's about the digital aspects of the trail map. So myself and Gordon and Scott, we've walked the trails. And it's great, but it's a mess, right? We have ourselves overlapping, and so someone who's a GIS expert has to go in there and kind of convolve all of those hundreds of thousands of data points into a nice clean line that can be shared on our website, on all trails, or pick your hiking app of choice. So that's really what's happening in task 1. And at the end of task 1, there'll also be a PDF, like high-res PDF map of here's your trail. So that's task 1. Task 2 is about trying to improve but also duplicate what we have now for existing trail maps. So you've all seen the classic trifold trail map. It's taking that but also adding whatever the Conservation Commission wants to put in there for like trail markings, trail stops, whatever narrative they want to include in pictures. So it's more like, I would say, the artsy cosmetic part of the trail mapping process. That's what task 1 and task 2 are all about. The total is a little bit high in my opinion, but I was assured that was a not to exceed limit by the vendor. So that 65-75 is a not to exceed limit. You can see that it is split up by each individual task. I think task 1 is the most important task. And I think a lot of it is also like the amount of hours that Viewshed would have to spend on it is really driven by how much work we volunteers can do instead of them. Can we are we doing all the write-ups? Are we finding the pictures we want? Are we doing all the place markings? And that is our intention. I need to close the loop with the trail the Conservation Commission, but certainly when I last spoke with them, they were very much on board and helping out. So that is the Viewshed proposal. I've spoken to Judy, their founder and CEO, on a number of occasions. She's very good. I've seen plenty of her other work that she's done for other towns like Falmouth and Yarmouth, and it's just what we want, frankly.
When would they have this work complete? Did they give you an idea?
Yeah, so task 1, I expressed the urgency, and most of it driven by my lack of execution, frankly, but they would have the first task done prior to the end of June, which I told them was critical.
I think you're good then.
Yeah, I will point out though, Matt, because I know it's not quite clear, this actually wouldn't be applied towards the grant. So I had a conversation with the Trail Grant Committee, and they are not into making trail maps. They are into promoting trails. And so that's why the next thing I talk to you about is really the grant-tied item. Although this is critical to what we want to do overall, this would be applied to the CEDC budget and not the trail grant budget.
So I have to ask the obvious question. Were these the only folks that do this around here?
No, they're not the only folks.
So, as we always discuss, we get
Yep.
big bids type
Yep.
thing. What,
I started with AV Cog, frankly, and I just, like I said, that just didn't work out. And I did not get 3 quotes. I reached out to Access GIS, never heard back. And basically, they ran with it, and so that's kind of where we are.
So our financial policy does state anything over 5,000 has to go out to bid. Unfortunately, so this would fall into that, it has
Right.
to also follow the financial policy, so I don't know that we would be able to say yes to this without it going out to bid. I thought maybe those two were switched and the grant was gonna be the 65,
I started there. I wanted to. I had a conversation specifically about it. Like, that was definitely my goal.
Yeah,
all right, so on that note, based on that, so what are we doing with this then? Is it gonna be on hold until?
I think let's table it,
Table
let's
it,
look
okay.
at the financial policy and see what we can get going
Okay.
and see if there's
Yeah.
someone else out there we
So
can
if
get
it-
done.
If this is not tied to the grant requirement, and it's not, then June 30th, that's, the reason we're talking about June 30th, they've got the grant, it expires at the end of June.
Mhm.
But if this particular task is not tied to that grant requirement, then I think you have time
Yeah.
to do
Yeah,
that.
no, I think you're right. One of the things I had a conversation about was, well, I understand we need to obligate and spend the money for the grant prior to June 30th, but do we have to do like the event or whatever it is? And so, to Matt's point, like, we don't have to be done doing the promotion, or we just have to expend the money for the grant, so Matt's right, there is no, as it relates to the grant, this is not critical. Like, we're not gonna lose money if we don't execute today on this.
On the grant that we owe them a report by the end of July, basically.
Yep.
About what we've done, and I think,
How much was the grant again for?
$5,000.
It's 5.
I think, I just let you continue, Rob, because the next one is the one that you want to plan.
That's the one I do wanna fund with the grant,
Okay.
yeah, so, I should have.
Do we wanna take a motion on that to table that?
Well, I think they're-
Hang on a second. The next one is 3,800
It's
Right.
3838, right, and all of which would be applied
from that
for
$5,000.
toward the $5,000.
But can the balance of that $5,000, can that be used for part of the trail map?
Right,
Like,
so
the-
I should have, I'm sorry I didn't print out more of these, but so
No, it's okay,
I went and looked at the breakdown of how we did the budget for the grant.
So to get away from the whole bid thing, can we do just the task one for now? Because that would be under the $5,000 limit.
I certainly could have it written as such, yeah.
No, because it would still be part of the same project in the same company. So
So
we
we
would
couldn't
still have to
separate
go out
those?
to bid, you can't separate them,
So we can't separate task one and task two.
unfortunately,
Because it's
no.
the same company?
Same company and same project, so our bidding doesn't allow us to separate things out so we don't have to go out to bid. That would be skirting around our bidding process that we have to do.
I did have something real quick, Rob. You had mentioned that this is based on you guys doing some of the work.
Correct.
So how much more of the work could you guys do to maybe get this cost down? Or is that too much of a task for you guys to be taking on? What is that work entail, I mean?
Yeah.
I should ask that first.
No, that's a good question. I don't think that we can do enough work to get it under 5,000.
Okay.
I don't think we have the skill sets to, or the time frankly, but mostly the skill set.
Rob, would the trail grant folks, would they allow some of their grant money to be used on the maps? Or do they say that's not an allowable expense?
If I could, I mean, they did not want it. I mean, I started with the view shed
Okay.
proposal, and they're like, no, you said you're gonna use 2,000, like, they're tying me back to what I said,
Okay,
which is you'd use 2,000 for web app integration and $2,000 for promotion, and, so,
well, okay. you know, I'm just thinking, it's 3,800 for the other bit. This one here, it's obviously,
Understood,
we would
yeah.
need to go out to bid, but if it's not tied in with what has to be done for the grant, then maybe you can just step back and say, well, are these the folks we really wanna go with? Maybe you do, but you might be able to look and,
Yeah.
is that the best value for money we can get? Cause you're not running under the gun of a deadline that's looming, you know, you have a chance to.
Yeah, I mean, the deadline was self-imposed, that I was just trying to finally get off the schneid on the trail promotion and
Right.
do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, just thinking out loud, like, one option could be, I think task one, an argument could be made that that does fall in line with the web app integration, because they are digitizing the maps. We're gonna use those digital maps on our webpage, so, I mean, I suppose I could reach out to the grant administrator and say, hey, you know, what if we split this up? Not sure it's worth it. Or if we just put it up to bid and try to do it more cleanly.
Well, if it's only a personal thing, you want to get this off the plate, but you have time, I mean, I would think, I know you gotta put more work into it, but I would think, I like Matt's idea, if that could be done, so it could alleviate the time pressure, but if, like you said, if you wanna make it clean, I
Yeah.
think the clean thing would be to,
I agree.
and if no one gets back to you, I
Yeah.
mean, that's something you can present and say, hey, listen, I tried over here, this is where we're at, you know?
Right. Once we have a bid opening, if they're the only company that bid, you did the bid opening, you satisfied those requirements, we're going with their bid, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it's like,
Okay. Yeah, no,
that type of thing, but
I
it just
think
makes
that's
it
the right
clean and
approach.
needs to, and I can send you the language on the bids and what
Okay,
it has
perfect.
to be if you
Okay.
want.
I mean, I think in the long run, it's just gonna benefit you.
I think you're right.
So this one we would
Table.
table until you have a chance to take a
Table for a
look
date
at
to
it?
be determined.
All right, so we need a
Okay, so we have
motion.
to vote on that?
Yep.
We have a vote on there, just make a motion.
Yep, make a motion.
Okay, we're gonna make a motion to table the digital print trail mapping, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay,
I'll second that.
what's that? Yeah, so it can go to bid, yeah.
James Walker,
Yes.
John DeSantis.
Yes.
Marion Hawks.
Yes.
Lisa Alby.
Yes.
Jackson Learn.
Yes.
You have tabled the digital and print trail mapping for DTDB
TBD.
Almost there.
to be determined. Oh my gosh.
OMG.
So Rob, you're just gonna go ahead and just start that process, right, obviously?
Yeah, I'll work with Nikki to,
Okay.
I've not done it before, but I'll work with Nikki to.
Yeah, so,
And I do know some other firms we can reach out to.
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so the last one, you'll see that there are actually 3 quote bids. We've been working on this one for probably 6 months or so. I am not the right person to try and explain these 3 different technologies, but I will do my best. I don't know if anyone's had a chance to look through it, but basically, I think the cool kids call it gamification. And, you know, how do you gamify bringing visitors and tourists into a town or into a restaurant? So imagine you do a scavenger hunt, and that's all, you know, digitized, it's on your phone, or a bar crawl, or you name sort of.
Pokemon.
Yeah, right, a Pokemon thing. So these are 3 of the leading apps. The first 2, Visit Widget and Bandwango, are like the Cadillac versions of these type of apps. Towns like Raleigh-Durham and like Cincinnati, like huge towns, leverage these capabilities. You can see their prices are shown, you know, they're expensive.
Yeah.
Thousands of dollars per month for 90% of the capabilities that Poland doesn't need right now, despite how cool those technologies are. But we were really looking for, first, a way to sort of advertise and market Poland kind of events, like a trail day, like a Six at the Springs, like a Christmas in Poland, but do it in a more modern way, and add some fun things to it. So imagine if you're doing like a trail event, you can go to the trail event, you open this proxy app. Proxy's the one I'm suggesting we go with. You open this proxy app, after you it knows if you share your GPS, it knows when you completed it, you get like a little star, and when you complete all 3 trails, the promotion could be like, you get something, you get a Poland Trail shirt or something like that. And the same holds true for like any local restaurants or businesses. So this would be a capability that we could open up to all of Poland businesses. It would be curated and moderated by the CEDC, so nothing crazy would go on. Any business that wanted to submit, that would be filtered through Alex on the CEDC to make sure like everything's above board and all of that. But this would allow us to do that gamification, like the badges, the check-in at restaurants, all of the event promotion. Has a really cool community event calendar that's part of it. I think I included that screenshot. So it feels like the right fit for what we're trying to do in our smaller town as compared to the other two. So I knew we wanted to do this as CEDC and as a town, and so I reached out to the trail committee and I said, hey, this is something we want to do. I think it fits within the spirit of web app integration and tourism and promotion. Do you agree? And we went back and forth, but ultimately they're like, yeah, we agree that we'll pay that first year out of your grant if you guys decide to go forward with this. So I do have concurrence, at least a verbal, from the trail grant folks, the main office of tourism, that they would pick up this. Well, I guess we've already got the money, right, Matt? We just
We
need,
have, it's in the
Yeah.
bank.
so we need to just submit this receipt, and they would accept this 38 as part of that $5,000.
You said it's only for a year?
Okay, right,
We
so
have
the annual subscription is like $1,500. Included in this, I think I sent you the proposal, is like 50 hours of professional help. That's marketing help, that's technical help, how to do the web app integration, how to like launch some of these first things. Like I'm gonna have them design our trail campaign kind of promotion. So that's included. So annually though, going forward, it'd be $1,500 if we all wanted to continue it for the following year.
And then you would have to come here, or would
We
that-
come here and we do it again.
Yeah, but the monies would be, you would.
The monies would be CEDC unless we got another grant for some.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, so you're just bringing it to our attention. So I do have some questions on it, if you don't mind.
Well, we still need approval for the grant funding too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
understand
okay,
now, okay, yeah. So when you talked about this, and this is kind of a cliche thing I wrote down, but I think it's kind of
Yeah.
fits it. So what's this worth the price of admission? Meaning, how many people are actually, is this worth for what we have coming into our town? What's the data on how many tourists come and would use this?
Great question. In other towns, a lot, but certainly it's as good as the effort you put into it, right? Just like any other advertising or marketing. So I've talked to other towns that use it, they swear by it, but they've put in the work. They've put in the effort to promote Proxy as an app and the town of Poland or Visit Poland. So they put in the work. In terms of the data, like most of the Poland data that I have for you is anecdotal. It's from talking to 70 people at our last business after hours. And they tell me what their pain points are and that they can't advertise or they can't bring people in. Now granted, this doesn't represent the entire Poland business community, but certainly on the retail end or on the services end or the restaurant end, that's what I hear from them. This gives them a vehicle to do that. But it's not just for them. This is very much as a CEDC thing. We want to attract other visitors from outside of Poland to our events. We want to leverage this capability to do that. So again, most of my data is anecdotal, except that I think we've all seen that people do turn out for our events. But by having this capability, then next year when I come and talk to you, I will have real data because I now have it and I'll tell you that we've only got 10 users or we've got 10,000. That remains to be seen, but that's one of the things I am excited about. I am kind of a data junkie and I'm excited about the ability to actually have real numbers.
That's what I was gonna ask, so there's a way for this app to track how many people are using it?
There is, yeah, especially a lot of the events are location based. You can either do it just by a geofence. A lot of people don't love that, sharing their geolocation. So I like more of it's an active, like the user has to say, oh, I'm at, Chuck E. Cheese, I'm checking in. So yeah, once they do that, we would have that information and we'd see that, there was 38 visitors at Chuck E. Cheese in the month of August that checked in with the Poland Proxy app.
How much additional funding are you gonna be using for marketing or advertising for that?
Out of the CEDC budget?
Yeah,
I don't envision a lot. I think right now our plan is to kick it off with the Poland Trail campaign. And so we'd be leveraging, the remaining grant funding to do that, which is roughly $1,000 additional. I don't envision marketing like Poland businesses out of the CDC coffers.
right.
I want to give them the capability to leverage this town tool and technology, but it's going to be up to them on whether or not they want to launch a campaign, and they will have their own login in theory, and they will be doing their own campaigns and decide. There's all kinds of advertising they can do from within the thing, but that is not, in my opinion, within the CDC scope.
Yeah.
So not much.
Mm.
I mean, things that are primarily CDC focused, like a trail campaign, sure, we'll advertise those out of the CDC money, but everyone else, can make their own choices about what they want to spend money on. But we just want to provide them the vehicle to do it.
Is this the way you're doing the social media campaign for the grant? Is this what that part is?
This would be that, yes,
Okay.
yep. It wasn't, this was not the original plan, but in search of like a campaign, we came across this, and I've gotten to use several of them, and I find it pretty cool.
So why proxy over the other two?
Value.
The price.
So the price point, the capability, it's not quite the other two, but we're not Cincinnati or New York City either. So I feel like there's really, it's real money, no doubt, but compared to the other two, it's a tenth. I didn't do the math, but it's way less. And if we kill it and we love it and we decide like, wow, we outgrew this in a year, we still have the option to transition. We have plenty of lessons learned along the way. So
Yeah.
that's this seemed like a good dip your toe in, figure it out, see if it makes sense for Poland. And if it does, great, we can stick with it or move on. And if it doesn't, then we're down $3,800 in trail grant, which is something, but certainly not $12,000 a year or something like that.
Right.
Now, you guys, you're getting into big cities now. Get on the computer some night, North Yarmouth, Cumberland. Go on their website.
Yeah.
They've got all kinds of trails, they've got all kinds of
They do.
events. There's hundreds of events
Yeah.
every single month
I know.
going on Route 1, Yarmouth Climber Festival.
Yeah.
The problem here, right here now, the town has grown, we have no land left. I mean, there's a small footprint compared to back, looking at the Rickers, when
Yeah,
the Rickers had their event. I mean, there was no houses here. I mean, you look at the old pictures over here in the schoolhouse, when Hiram Ricker was here,
Yeah.
and Wentworth and everybody. I mean, it was a big event. I mean, they had tents up and down here.
Yeah.
And everything's grown, and it's beautiful to try to have it out here. I'm all for it.
It's
But we
hard.
got a small footprint, and you get 5,000 people, 6,000 people here.
That's gonna shut the town down.
Route 26, you're gonna have to
Right.
shut it down. You're gonna get people ugly out here.
Right, I don't wanna do that.
No.
Rob, this is interesting, and someone on CEDC is gonna manage how this is all gonna work. Have you figured out who that person is?
Yeah, it'd be Alex. It would be
Oh,
Alex, part of his
I was
duties.
thinking Gordon.
I have a question for you guys. So the town has a calendar.
Mhm.
Who manages that today? And is there, I'm assuming that Proxy has a way to integrate with a website?
It does, yep.
So would that, what powers this calendar?
What do you mean?
For fingers.
Yes, I mean, what system,
No, it's
Is it-
basically between Nikki and myself and Sarah. If it's used for meetings, select board, conservation, those type of things. We haven't put any other,
Yeah, so you
would
just
it be
maintain.
possible to integrate the
No.
events with this?
So
or you're
ours
looking
is
to have
Civic,
it-
ours is Civic Plus, and they won't integrate with other.
Can we do an events calendar?
And
I
have it on our
don't-
website? I mean,
Our
My
website is
only-
not very old.
My hesitation for the town doing that is just, is that some sort of tacit endorsement of whatever that event might be, right? Like if there's a marijuana fest or, you know, pick your thing, does the town really want that? The proxy capability certainly can pull from the town, take the, you know, whatever it is on the town and host it on our our commercial Visit
Yeah.
Poland website.
So it'll ping the server.
Yeah, it'll absolutely scrape whatever we want it, whatever we're okay with it scraping. But to go the other way,
So this would be more on like the Visit Poland.
it would be more of a Visit Poland thing, in my
Okay.
opinion, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
unless directed otherwise, like,
Whereas
that
this is
seemed like the
visit
right
committees
spot
and,
for it.
you know,
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That seemed like
Okay.
the right spot.
And it probably should
Yeah.
be separate.
And unless the situations I've been here, it's a very difficult
Yes, it is.
program.
It's horrible. Don't get me started on it. But that's okay. After many years, you get it down. The one question I had is for, they said they'd pay for the first year. Did they say specifically that part of the grant would pay for the setup too? Are they agreeing that $22.50
Yes.
would, okay.
Yes, yep.
So they know that's part setup
It's,
fee and they
it's,
said, okay.
that one paper I gave to
Yeah.
Matt, like, it's under, like, the first half is under the web app integration, yeah,
Okay.
so, which includes
Um,
the setup.
The other thing is for us to, if the board chooses to move forward with this, we need something in there, it says renewed until cancellation. We would just need to know what their policy is, whether it has to be 30 days prior to, 60 days prior to the renewal type thing, and have that in writing on there,
Okay.
of what that cancellation would be.
Okay.
Any other questions
Yeah, I
on the
have
proxy
a
proposal?
couple more, but nothing major here. So, I'll wait till you're done, Rob.
Yep, no, go ahead, I'm good.
So the other, I mean, it's more of a suggestion. I would think comparable towns to our size, did you do any analytics? Did you get any analytical reports from them on how it's other than it's working great, but?
No,
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 no, it would have been nice to see
yeah.
what the results were.
All I
to kinda-
got was from the salesperson at Proxy, like in their, small towns love it, like, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, I didn't take it much further than that, not because I didn't want to, but I just ran out of time.
Yeah, okay.
And you had also mentioned that the price was hugely,
It's hugely different, as
Yes.
you can see, yeah.
The longevity of this program is not contractual, so let's say we sign it for a year, and then like Nikki said, 30-day notice, yeah, we decided this didn't work.
Right, I will make sure that's in writing.
Yeah, I want to
before-
make sure
yeah,
that we don't get locked into something and
Yeah.
then you
Yeah.
guys are fighting. I mean, I think it's a great idea, and like you said, we don't know if it's gonna really work or not. But I think though, moving forward, if we have something like this, I think getting the input from a similar town that's using it.
No, I
would
think
be-
it's a great.
Because I think at that point, there would be nothing to table. I would think, hey, here's the data, again, every town's different, I get it, I'm not forcing you to have to do it.
No.
But I
no,
think it would make
it's
the
great,
decision, yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah, that's all.
I definitely try to.
Not that I want to throw more on your plate, but.
No, it's okay.
In reading that, it looks like it's a matching grant. Is it a matching grant?
There is a matching component, but this is outside of the match component. Our match for the grant will be on the printing the maps part of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we have our
So
matching.
that 4,000 is
Because
clear.
we'll have to show
Yeah.
them that,
Yeah, yeah,
so,
gotcha,
okay.
okay.
So, do we need a motion to approve this and move forward?
Yep, with the, yeah,
Do you,
Go ahead.
okay, so you want to approve it without, or you're saying moving forward without the 30-day notice, you want to?
no, I'll put that in the motion when I adopt it
Okay,
for you guys,
okay.
so go ahead.
All right, so we're going to make a motion to approve the proxy, correct, trail mapping, right, correct?
the
Oh, no, I'm sorry,
conservation
the
plan.
visitor engagement platform, in the amount of $3,838.
I'll second that.
Jim Walker,
Yes.
John DeSantis.
Yes.
Marion Hawk.
Yes.
Lisa Elby.
Yes.
Jackson Learn.
Yes.
With a vote 5-0, you have approved the visitor engagement platform proxy for 1 year. We will have a cancellation clause in the contract, and this money will be coming from the grant in the amount of $3,838.
So I presume I need to get like them to send a signable
Yep, and
contract
Matt
with,
will sign.
with the cancellation clause,
Yep.
right?
And I can send you, it's like a one line that we have in all of ours.
That'd be great.
Yep,
Okay,
that they can just add in there.
okay.
That is all I have. Does anyone have any questions for me?
No, thanks.
All right,
really.
thank
Thank
you all
you
for
very
your
much.
time. I really
See you,
appreciate
Rob.
it. Thank you guys.
Thanks for being candid as always, Rob.
Oh, I gotta, before you leave, I've got a word of caution. You're gonna have that event at Agassiz Village. Most of you people weren't here, didn't even live here. Back in the late 60s, early 70s, we had a violent thunder shower. And it cut a swath from Johnson Hill right down into Agassiz Village.
Oh, wow.
And the campers were there, and a lot of people got hurt.
Wow.
And there was a school bus down there, it overturned, and it damaged some of the buildings.
All right, well, I'll make
And
sure that they're aware.
I've been following the weather. We're in an El Nino year this year.
Okay.
And the Weather Channel said the other night, we could see some violent thunder showers with high winds.
No, I appreciate that.
So keep
Yeah, I'll
keep
make
your
sure there's
eye
a plan.
to the sky.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they come off them White Mountains, and years ago in '81, I wasn't here, I was in, 1980. I was in Bangor, I was following the carnival. It struck 2 or 3 rides at the carnival, it set them on fire.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I'll talk to
And,
Mike and make sure that he has
And we
an
lost
emergency.
we lost a fella at AAA camp there.
Wow.
Clayton Strout's father had gotten killed over there, and
All right, thank you, Rob.
All right,
Sure.
thank you guys,
Thanks,
appreciate
Rob.
it.
Thanks, Rob.
Appreciate
keep your eye towards the sky.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Want everybody to be safe.
Yep,
Yep.
yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Jim. Back to the manager reports.
Okay, manager report for 19 May, Auburn Lewiston Airport. We authorized the airport director to proceed with grant agreements for the
Hang on, I left my
hangar
phone.
project we're
Sorry.
working on. We reviewed fuel sales that are higher than previous years, which equals increased revenue, which is a good thing. Now, library update. I signed the USDA funding document last Friday. The library staff's moving books and other items out of the way of the construction. We plan to close the library the last week of May to allow for focused effort in preparing and also getting the temporary services set up in the basement of the town hall. We're gonna start construction on June 1st, but we're gonna do that June 8th, a week later, because at the June 2nd meeting, I wanna bring the contract with our contractor to that meeting and talk about that. I don't wanna sign that without the board knowing what's going on. And that's only a week, we'll be fine. The park update, the perimeter walkway is installed, you can see that, the electrical permit was issued. We plan to start installing conduit for the stage and lighting soon. The couple other things I have here, I've got for this grant, I've got a slew of documents that I need to complete, many of which you'll see at the next meeting. One of them is concerns our civil rights here in town, and I need to nominate 2 people to be contactable by USDA if they want to reach out and ask if we're behaving. And I was going to ask Mary Ann and John if you would do that as the chair and vice chair. I don't think they're going to contact you, but okay, so I'll do that. The other thing, we're still looking for additional money to fund the library. Northeast Bank was very generous and donated $10,000. We've got another resident who is considering donating what I think will be a significant amount of money. It's a good deal. What I want to kind of prep you that going forward, I may ask to use some money from our municipal facilities fund if we need to pay for something that I don't have the money for. I'm not going to do that unless I come talk to you. But we're, right now, the contract bid price was $1,770,000. We're $23,000 over that right now. So we're looking, where can we cut stuff? There's a little, and we're gonna get there. 23,000 is not that much. But I wanna just set that digit in your brain that I may at some point come back and ask to do that.
Why are we over?
Yeah.
Why the increased cost, we did this thing 2 years ago.
So what's the part that's going over right now?
It depends on what who you're asking. It could be, there's some pavement that they were gonna do, which I've told they can cut, because we're gonna end up paving the entire parking lot at some point. So, but we're working that. But I just wanna let you know that I vetted that through our attorney to make sure that was okay. I'm pretty sensitive that we're not gonna, that we wanna be following the rules.
Where's the 23,000 coming from right now? That we're going over.
That's, I can't give you a specific one right now.
Is that an estimate or is that projected?
That's
Or
projected.
current, like what we've already expended?
No, it's, the total budget, the cost of the project is 23,000 over the 1,770,000. So it could come from a number of areas to reduce, but we'll have to see. And the contractor's been pretty good about doing that. They were up close to $2 million a couple of months ago, total cost, and they've been able to whittle that down. So I'm confident.
So are
with
they
it.
the ones that came to you and said, hey, like this is what we're seeing, it's gonna be over by this?
Oh, yeah.
Is this gonna keep happening? Do we need to have a sit down with them to find out what's going on? Cause,
No,
okay.
No.
Cause I had a few questions about this, and we were on track, now we're looking at 23,000. Are we gonna be looking at more as this goes on?
Well, I think it's more a sign of where our economy is, like materials costs have gone up, everything has gone up in the economy.
Well, that's why
that
you
we're
get a
in.
quote for all that, and
Yeah,
then.
I just thought it was a
Yes.
fixed.
If it's material, yeah, I thought it was a fix too, that's why I'm kinda wondering what's going on.
well,
I wanna make sure they're not, you know what I'm saying,
They're
to
not
us,
what?
to
They're
this
not putting
town.
the screws to us. They are not putting the screws to
I
us.
didn't say that, I'm just saying, when someone says something, I go by their word, and it's contractual. But now this is growing to 23, is this, Matt, you can't foresee this, but are they gonna come back for more money, what's going on? I wanna know exactly where they're
well,
asking.
when we get the contract, we
Yeah.
can talk about that.
Yeah, that's what I like to see.
Yep.
Have they done change of work orders yet?
No, we haven't done any of that. All we're trying to do is get the contract for $1,770,000 sorted out.
Right,
Over the past couple of years since we bid it, costs have gone up.
And we didn't execute a contract with them already?
No, we haven't. That's why we're coming back on June
So that-
2nd.
That 850,000 that the town voted on,
Mhm,
still in place.
It is.
Then you got the grant from
That's right.
Susan Collins.
Yep.
And has there been any donations towards the,
yeah, he just said that.
Yeah, we have some donations
Yeah.
and there's other forms of funding. There's a number of different funding sources that are paying for this thing. And so.
now
yeah,
are they
it's-
gonna go, are they doing the original plan? Are they just gonna fill in the corner? Are they coming
They're
this
doing
way?
the original plan.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be a tough roof to put on that building.
No, I
It's
think
got a
they'll be
long-
fine.
So Matt,
Long strips, yeah.
it's flexible, that if you look at this, it's flexible enough to say, hey, wait a minute here, we're gonna have to make some cuts where they're feasible. Is that something you can do?
Well,
If
we're
it's-
working on that. We've made a bunch of cuts already. We do have a contingency fee already in place, so if we do go over, once you start opening up walls and you
Right.
see something, you know, but that's where we are right now.
If we're changing a lot of that stuff, and the architect is going in and changing a lot of that stuff, are we paying him a lot more than we should be paying him?
We have a budget to pay the architect, and we are on track with that budget right now. We're not exceeding it.
We're still paying him, the
Yeah,
architect?
he's still doing architectural work. He's making drawing changes and other things.
Oh, wait a minute. We've been paying him for 2 years, so how, is there a funding for him alone to pay him out of the budget, the architect?
We mean funding for him alone.
So how long have we been paying this guy for? I'm not familiar with architects, so please, you're gonna educate me, but how long have we been paying the architect for and we haven't even broke ground yet?
I think he was already paid.
Oh, he's already been
It was
paid?
paid out of that stone,
Yeah,
as
he's
far
been
as I know.
paid, yeah, he was,
Being paid still.
yeah, and he's still being paid because he's still doing work. Part of this is just a normal part of getting the drawings ready to be built, or for the contractors, they can go start construction.
So the budget for him is not, that is separate, or is that all part of the
That's all
library
part
fund?
of the construction cost.
Okay.
Is that what's
Well, no,
making?
it's
Yeah.
not part of the 177.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
We've got a separate money.
It's separate money. And I don't know.
And what was
have
his
a budget.
contract price?
I don't have that on the tip of my tongue.
Now, is it the committee that's making a lot of the decisions on how,
No,
no?
no.
Because I heard that most of the downstairs that exists now, that's gonna be like a children's room down there.
Yeah, there's gonna be a big children's
Yeah,
room.
big children's room. And I guess, from what I been hearing, I guess the kitchen is gonna stay where it is.
That's right.
And I don't know what's gonna be underneath the new addition. I don't know what that's gonna be part of.
There'll be a children's room in the new area, and the community room will stay essentially the same.
I see.
And last meeting, we talked about the soft cost, the furniture, all that. Is that what the donations are gonna be contingent?
Yeah, some of the donation money would be used to add back in some features, storage areas that were taken out, and depending on how much money we get, that would be sequestered for soft costs like furniture and that sort of thing.
How much are you looking to get for donations?
As much as we can. I don't know, I've got one gentleman who's considering it, so I don't want to offer a particular number since he's still figuring out what he wants to do.
And I know you're pretty detailed, Matt. Is this a soft cost you didn't expect? Or is this something that you kinda?
No, this project started like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
And we're at the point right now where we've got to go forward,
right.
okay? We can't not do it. The cost estimates for things like the $850,000 were made 7 or 8 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. So, these are old numbers, and so we're trying to fit that cost estimate into today's reality.
Right.
And, we're getting there. It's gonna be tight, but we're getting there. We had some funding set aside for soft costs like bookcases and stuff like that. But that had to go toward construction. We wouldn't be where we are now. So, well, we'll just have to see how things go with how much donations we get. I think that's gonna really impact.
But now there's a separate donation pile for the bookcases, correct?
There is, yeah, there's $2,300 in that right now for the library.
Yeah, it's coming to the home stretch, but it's also feeling a little edgy. How you feel?
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable with this going forward, or you're gonna be on your toes with this? You're gonna have to be.
Well, yeah, it's not gonna be easy,
Yeah,
not at all.
right.
This is, the whole thing's gonna be tight. We've got, it's gonna be challenging, but I think we can do it. So we'll just,
Yeah, listen,
Just keep
I'm
going.
not grilling you. I know
I'm
you
not
have
worried about that.
you have a large, you should, no. You have a large task ahead of you. I'm just
You know
saying,
what
I don't, hang on, Jim. I don't want this to be overwhelming for you in this situation where, you know.
Well, it almost doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're where we are on this, and, it's do
You know
what's
how
required
many
to get
years
it
this
done.
goes back?
Yeah, no, he already said, but that's
Yeah,
not.
it goes
Yeah.
back more than that.
Yeah.
That expansion was talked about way back in the 80s, because my aunt Charlotte was the
Yeah.
trustee on that library, and they talked about expansion there, and
Well,
the
I think
town
the good
manager,
news is
the
that
town manager
we've got
and
a
the select
design
board
and,
kept throwing it under the
we've got some
bus.
funding in place, and, we're gonna move forward.
It's finally reality.
It is, yeah, and, I think folks just gotta realize it's gonna be a challenging,
I think
9 months.
I think the mistake, and a lot of people in town said, the big mistake is that letting the town take it over. The trustees should have never let it go.
Well, that's
And
an
my mother
entirely
said,
different
my mother
thing,
said,
Jim.
probably Mrs. Rick is rolling over in her grave right now.
That's court ordered, Jimmy, so we're not
No,
gonna
I
go down
know,
that line.
I know.
Thank
It's
Matt,
done
thank
and
you.
over with.
Yeah, no,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome, we'll
Big
talk
deal.
more about that
Yeah.
as we go forward, but
I appreciate it, thank you.
like
said
I
you'll
said,
have
it's
it.
gonna be a
It's just another
challenging
cost.
project, but I think we'll be able to pull it off.
You said you'll have a contract by the next meeting?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm not signing that without
Right.
coming to talk to you
Yeah.
guys, that's,
Are we able to get that in advance to look it over?
Well, I hope so.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
You'll get it
Yeah.
at Monday morning,
Yeah.
Am I gonna be able to open it, or is that part of the plan?
Yeah. I shut down the mall.
Oh, great.
The couple of things I had, you might recall a few months ago, Christmas in Poland came in and they talked about hosting a parade. They told our Parks and Recreation Director that they are starting the process of planning that parade. That's Scott Siegel. Scott reminded them that, you know, the folks, basically the sheriff, fire, public works, him, said, we don't think this is a good idea. And what I would like to do is, so we've told them that, they're still going forward. I checked with our insurance company, would a parade be covered under our insurance? Yes, it would. I think what I would like to do is bring the Christmas in Poland people back in and have a talk with them about what they're gonna do. I am not, in order for them to go forward, they have to have something, pardon me, signed by the town that goes to DOT that says this is our plan. I don't wanna sign that. Nobody's telling me this is a good idea, and I don't wanna do that. If the board says, hey, we think this is a viable project, maybe the then select board chair, because this would happen sometime later this summer, early fall, would want to sign that. I don't want to.
I have a personal experience about my concern about shutting down Route 26. So
Yeah,
there was on Poland Corner Road, a tractor tipped over one Monday morning.
Yeah.
I had to go all the way through downtown Mechanic Falls
Exactly.
and then up Route 121 or 111, whatever it is, and then round up just to get to the town hall.
Yep.
So there's no way, there's no feasible way or proper way, easy way to reroute traffic on Route 26 for people.
no, there's not.
Especially for tractor trailers.
Yeah, and it's secondary roads, and the problem is you can tell them detour, go this way, but there's nobody out at the far end of that detour saying, you know, take a left and head down
Exactly.
here.
Right.
You know, they're,
People get lost,
So-
and I can't imagine, I mean,
But-
tractor trailers cannot go up Portland Corner Road. That's too dangerous.
But-
I don't
but-
think they're allowed.
They always try in the winter.
but you folks, the reason I'm mentioning this now, so you can have a couple of weeks, have a think about it, say, well, you know, are there things that would make it work, that I would support it, or do I not support it? But I want to get the Christmas in Poland folks in here so that a decision can be made, yes or no, because they're good people. They don't, what I don't want to have them be in the position of is working hard on a parade, and then 5 months down the road, we pull the rug out from under them. That just wouldn't be fair.
Matt, if I remember correctly, though, you did talk to them, and didn't you explain it to them already?
Yeah, we talked to them. They're,
Being persistent?
yeah, they're persistent, and that's
That's
fine.
fine.
You know, they're, like I said, they put on a great event, and,
Yeah.
but I think it's in everybody's interest just to nail down what's
Yeah.
really, what the town's really gonna support,
Yeah.
and let them know.
Yeah, and my concern is, I mean, in the past 3 weeks, we've had 300+ mph chases right here on 26 through Poland. That's a scary number.
Yeah.
And I almost got hit, by the
Yeah,
way, by
I almost
somebody
got one.
turning right on red when they
Yeah.
weren't supposed to, and they weren't even stopping.
So
26,
that's scary because nobody's,
had that
a
set up
parade is
too?
not gonna stop that person
It's
who's
an
driving
outrage.
100 and something from still plowing down the road.
And my concern, because you guys know my background, is
Yep.
like if there's an emergency, like, if
Yeah.
the ambulances and fire trucks need to get somewhere,
Yeah.
do they have to be rerouted 20 miles to
Right.
get to
Yeah.
wherever their
Exactly.
emergency is, so,
Yep.
yeah.
And the last thing is the conservation folks, we're working to help them with a grant to build trail bridges. I've asked Mary Ann to sign a letter of support. We applied for this last year, we didn't get it. We're gonna take another swing at it,
Mhm.
and we'll see. I don't know if you've ever been back on any of the trails.
Mhm.
They're pretty doggone good.
Right.
Those trail bridges make it easy for people to get in there, particularly older folks or folks with kids. And this is a good project, and I appreciate Mary Ann offering to sign that. Pending any questions, that's the manager report. Boy, that was a long one.
No, wait.
Financial reports?
Financial report, we're 90.38% through the year. getting close to the end of the year. We're doing pretty good. We're a little above where we need to be on revenue, which is good. Motor vehicle excise, which is really the biggest variable in my view, is at 98%. So that is a good thing. If you look on the bi-weekly expense report, our total spend is at 87%, which is a great place to be at this point in the year. So we should come in okay with our budget. The things that are over are really transfers that we made at the beginning of the year and, things like law enforcement. That's really the timing of the contract. So we're on track to end up the year okay, and pending any questions, that's the financial report.
I move that we accept the financial report as read.
I'll second it.
Jim Walker,
Yes.
John DeSantis.
Yes.
Mary Ann Hawks.
Yes.
Lisa Albee.
Yes.
Jackson Marin.
Yes.
With a vote 5-0, you have accepted the financial report as presented.
Wonderful. Next up on the agenda is you're asking the board to authorize your signing the contract.
Yes. So, yes, it's for authorize me as town manager on behalf of the town to sign the contract with the IAFF 5232 local, which we discussed in executive session. Thanks, I almost forgot that.
You get a motion and to sign the contract?
Yes, please.
Okay, there you go.
Second?
I'll second.
Jim
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
John DeSantis.
Yes.
Mary Ann Hawks.
Yes.
Lisa Albee.
No.
Jackson Marin.
Yes.
With a vote of 4-1, you have approved town manager to sign the IAFF 5232 contract. That contract will be effective July 1 for 3 years. And there was something else I was gonna say, and I can't remember what the heck it was
I
off the
think
top of
you
my head.
got it.
You got it.
So, all right.
So we
Perfect.
have a number of escrow releases here.
Yes.
The escrow releases are funds that people did buildings and stuff like that. We reach out to them after they've completed everything, and we do this once a year. We say, hey, we still have so much of your money, would you like it back, or are you planning on doing another, thing? Most of the time they want it back, and we don't blame them, it's their money. So these are just the releases to bring all those accounts to zero, and you can just do it as one motion to accept them all as presented. Unless you had questions on any of them.
Can't see it.
I can't see him either.
I can't either.
They're not on your packet?
Well, we can't open it,
our packet.
so we're kind of winging it
Oh.
over here. Nice catch.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. But
Need a motion.
can anyone make a motion for
Yeah.
these?
Alright,
Pretty
so we get-
straightforward.
Need to make a motion for the code enforcement office, right?
Yep.
And payable in the amount of $910?
Well, there's
We can do 'em all.
several.
Just do 'em all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to read
All
through
as-
the
all-
account.
Yeah.
All right, so,
All escrow releases.
all right, so
presented.
make a motion for all escrow releases for the code enforcement office
As presented.
as presented. Yeah.
Second.
Can I,
I didn't know there was
Yep.
that.
can I just have Zach run through them real quick?
So, can
How
you
many
start
are
at the
there?
beginning, Zach, really quick?
Here.
So we have Darren
Yes.
and Lena Joe Hartley for 910. I have it in front of me, I'm not, Matt New for
I don't think any of them are over
562.81.
$1,000.
Jonathan McLean for 726.30. St. Mary's Regional Medical Center for 360. Mark
You can
Lopez
scroll
for
down if you want.
627.70.
It's okay.
Easier.
Trick Lake Camp for 176.75, RSU 16 for 510.50, Old Castle for $82.50, Troy Lock for 131.25.
Awesome. Thank you.
Any other questions? Jim Walker,
Yes.
John DeSantis.
Yes.
Mary Ann Hawks,
Yes.
Lisa Albee.
Yes.
Jackson Lerner.
Yes.
With a vote 5-0, you have approved the escrow releases as presented.
Next on page 83, we just need a motion to pay our bills.
Lisa, can you say that from your?
I move that we authorize our cash disbursements for fiscal year 2026 totaling $1,158,901.65.
Second,
Jim Walker,
yes.
John DeSantis.
Yes.
Marion Hawks,
Yes.
Lisa Albee.
Yes.
Jackson Learn.
Yes.
With a vote 5-0, you have approved the payables in the amount of $1,158,901.65.
Any other business? Jim?
No, what concerns me about these events, I just don't wanna see us end up like a tragedy they had up here on Pigeon Hill.
Mhm.
We don't need that.
It's,
Safety is number one in my mind right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
With-
We're all in agreement
And
on
we
that.
don't, we
Yeah.
don't need that.
Yeah,
We really don't need
we
that.
all agree with that.
And it's a very busy highway out here, they know it. I don't know whether it'd be better off to try to work something out with Cindy up there, cause she's got a big parcel of land up there. I think that the events up there would be much more safer.
Yeah, like
a lot
One
safer.
Heritage Day.
I'm
right
afraid-
there. Yeah.
Even with law enforcement and parents watching their kids, and everybody from recreation to CDC, all it's gonna do is take one kid to go in between a car and get hurt or killed. And I don't wanna see that. We don't need tragedies like that in this town.
I agree.
Not,
Absolutely.
I don't wanna see it. Too much happens every day, and I don't want the town to.
Yep.
We don't need a black mark on us.
Thank you.
But I think the events are great. The kids enjoy it, the parents enjoy it. But things have grown. I mean, that Christmas in Poland, they had started out as a small
Yeah,
event.
that's a good,
It's really grown now.
I agree.
And I think it's great. The kids, the parents want it. Kids have fun. I just think we need a bigger parcel
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah, we're all about safety here, so
Yeah,
we agree.
that's right.
Absolutely, nice job. I'm good.
I just wanted to make note on the calendar. It says Thursday, May 21st, it's the 22nd, I think Thursday's the 21st.
Yes,
Okay.
it is Thursday, the 21st. Thank you for catching
Nice,
that.
Lisa, nice. That's part of the plan.
Yeah, and that's this Thursday. is
Yes.
The RSU 16 budget meeting,
Yep.
so.
The only thing I needed to bring up is, for a couple more days, people who are coming in and getting absentee ballots, you cannot get a school ballot yet. So when you come in and you request your absentee ballot, you cannot get that until after that district budget meeting is held. So those will be available starting Friday, the 22nd. So we've had a couple of people a little cranky with us when we say they can't get the school ballot yet, but it's because there's been no approved amount and we can't give it out by law.
What's the protocol for that? Are they getting the rest of the ballot? and
They're
then
getting
they
the
have to
rest
come
of the
back?
ballot and then they can come back and get the other ballot if they want, or we can send it to them however they want. They are entitled to it. It's up to them of how they want us to get it to them or if they wanna come back and pick it up. Some choose,
They can't come in person
no,
once they do
no,
that
once they do an
process.
absentee ballot, it has to be absentee.
Okay, thank you. I have nothing.
I do not.
All right,
Motion to adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
Second. Jim Walker,
Yes.
John DeSantis.
Yes.
Marion Hawks.
Yes.
Lisa Albee.
Yes.
Jackson Learn.
Yes.
With a vote 5-0, you have adjourned the meeting. Have a good night, everyone.